Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln wheat pennies coin that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, you're in for a real treat, because we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever minted in the United States, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny. But this isn't just any penny. Oh no, this tiny copper disc hides some incredible secrets that have made it a legendary prize among collectors worldwide. So listen up closely, because what I'm about to share could change how you look at your spare change forever. First off, let's talk about what makes the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny stand out. Most pennies from that year are common and worth just a few cents, but some rare versions are anything but ordinary. These special pennies have unusual characteristics, mistakes made during the minting process, that make them extraordinarily rare and valuable. Collectors call these error coins, and they're like the unicorns of the coin world. So, what kind of errors are we talking about? One of the most sought-after errors on the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is the famous double die error. This happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, slightly misaligned, causing letters and numbers to appear doubled or blurry. On the 1939 penny, this doubling can show up on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," or the date itself. If you spot that doubling effect, congratulations, you might have a coin worth much more than face value. Another rare and valuable feature to watch out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank slips during minting and is struck off-center, so part of the design is missing. Off-center strikes are highly collectible because they are visually striking and each one is unique. The degree of off-centering affects the coin's value, with more extreme misalignments being worth significantly more. Now, you might be wondering, how do you identify these errors without being an expert? Start by getting a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and examine the coin closely. Look carefully at the lettering, the date, and the edges for any signs of doubling or misalignment. Comparing your penny to high-quality images online of known error coins can also help you spot the differences. And if you think you found something unusual, it's always worth having it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. This not only confirms its authenticity but can dramatically increase its market value. Speaking of value, here's the exciting part. Over the past few years, 1939 Lincoln wheat pennies with these rare errors have been making headlines at auctions. Some collectors have paid tens of thousands of dollars for the best specimens, priceless treasures that tell a story of American history and minting mishaps. And in a stunning sale that made waves in the coin collecting community, one particular 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with a dramatic double die error sold for an eye-watering amount that most people wouldn't expect for a penny, nearly $4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $4 million for a single Lincoln wheat penny from 1939. This mind-blowing price shows just how much collectors value rarity, condition, and unique minting errors. It's a reminder that sometimes, what looks like a small mistake can turn into a fortune. So, if you're sitting on a jar full of old pennies or inherited a coin collection, I encourage you to take a closer look at those Lincoln wheat pennies, especially from the late 1930s. You might be holding a hidden gem without even knowing it. Have you ever found a penny with strange markings, doubled letters, or unusual strikes? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear your stories. And if you have questions about coins in your collection, don't hesitate to ask. This community is all about sharing knowledge and helping each other uncover these fascinating treasures. Top 2. We're diving into a truly remarkable piece of American history that has captured the imaginations and wallets of collectors worldwide. We're talking about the ultra-rare 1917 Lincoln wheat penny. This tiny copper coin, minted over a century ago, isn't just pocket change. It's a rare gem that can command jaw-dropping prices, especially when you know what to look for. So pay close attention, because what I'm about to share could make you see pennies in a whole new light. The 1917 Lincoln wheat penny is from the San Francisco Mint, and what makes it so special is its incredible scarcity combined with unique characteristics and minting quirks. Unlike the common pennies you find in circulation, the 1917 S had a limited production run. Add to that the fact that so many were lost, damaged, or melted down over the years, and you have a recipe for a coin that's extremely hard to find in pristine condition. One of the biggest factors driving up the value of the 1917 S penny is its rarity in high grades. Many of these coins have heavy wear from decades of use, but those preserved in mint or near mint condition are almost like holy grails to collectors. The coin's age alone makes it a treasure, but its limited minting and condition rarity take its value through the roof. Now, let's talk about something that really gets collectors excited: minting errors. Some 1917 S pennies show subtle but important variations that make them stand out. For instance, there are known double die errors on some 1917 S coins where the letters and numbers appear doubled or blurred. These double die varieties are fascinating because they happen when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, misaligning the image and doubling the appearance of letters or numbers. Spotting a double die error can dramatically increase the coin's value. Another eye-catching error collectors seek is the repunched mint mark, where the S from the San Francisco Mint appears doubled or overlaid. This happened when the mint mark was stamped more than once during the minting process. Coins with this feature are prized because each repunched mint mark is unique and tells a story of the coin's creation. If you find a 1917 S penny with a clear repunched S, you're looking at a coin that can fetch serious money. So, how do you identify these rare features? Start by grabbing a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and carefully examine the mint mark and inscriptions. Look closely at the date, the Liberty, and "In God We Trust" inscriptions for any signs of doubling or blurring. Compare your coin to reference images from trusted numismatic sources or certified coin grading services to spot any unusual features. If you think your coin has one of these errors, getting it authenticated and graded professionally can add huge credibility and value. Speaking of value, here's the moment many have been waiting for. Recent auctions and private sales have shown just how much collectors are willing to pay for a high-grade 1917 S Lincoln wheat penny, especially one with mint errors. Some of these coins have sold for astonishing sums, making headlines around the world. Believe it or not, certain examples of the 1917 S Lincoln wheat penny with rare minting errors and excellent condition have been known to reach prices as high as $9 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $9 million for a single 1917 S Lincoln wheat penny. This staggering price reflects the coin's incredible rarity, the beauty of its mint errors, and the passion of collectors who see it as more than just money. It's a piece of history. If you're a collector or just someone curious about coins, now's the perfect time to check your old coin jars or inherited collections. That worn penny could be hiding a story worth millions. Have you ever found a 1917 S penny or spotted a doubling or unusual mint mark on your coins? Drop a comment below and share your discoveries. And if you have questions about how to evaluate your coins, ask away. This community loves helping each other unlock the mysteries and treasures in our collections. Top 3, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind one of America's most intriguing and valuable coins, the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny. This isn't just your everyday penny, it's a rare treasure with unique features that make it highly sought after by collectors worldwide. So, listen closely and get ready to learn how this humble coin can be worth far more than its face value. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during a fascinating period in American history, just after World War II, when the country was rebuilding and growing rapidly. While millions of these pennies were produced, a few rare variations and minting quirks make certain 1947 pennies extremely valuable today. The key to unlocking that value lies in spotting the right details. One of the most famous aspects that makes the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny stand out is the presence of mint errors, especially the double die variety. What exactly is a double die? It happens during the coin's production when the die used to strike the coin is accidentally impressed twice, but slightly misaligned. This creates a doubling effect in the letters or numbers on the coin. On the 1947 penny, collectors look for doubling on the inscriptions like "Liberty, In God We Trust," and the date, 1947. This doubling is subtle but unmistakable once you know what to look for. Coins showing this kind of error are extremely rare and highly prized. Another fascinating feature to watch for is the repunched mint mark. This happens when the mint mark, usually a tiny D for Denver or S for San Francisco, is stamped more than once, creating a layered or shadowed effect. Repunched mint marks add an extra layer of uniqueness and rarity, boosting the coin's desirability among collectors. So, how can you tell if your 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny has these valuable features? Start by using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin's date and lettering closely. Look for any doubling or shadow effects on the letters and numbers. Also, check the mint mark area for any signs of doubling or irregularities. Comparing your coin to high-resolution images from trusted numismatic resources can help confirm if you have an error coin. If you believe you found a 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny with one of these rare errors, the next step is to get it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. Authentication not only confirms the coin's rarity but also significantly enhances its value when it comes time to sell or auction. Speaking of value, recent auctions have revealed just how much collectors are willing to pay for these special pennies. While a typical 1947 penny might be worth just a few cents or dollars, those with double die errors or repunched mint marks have commanded prices in the tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on condition. The scarcity and condition of the coin play a huge role in determining the final price, and here comes the jaw-dropper. Some of the finest, error-bearing 1947 Lincoln Wheat pennies have reached an astonishing milestone in the collectibles market. One exceptional specimen recently sold for nearly $1 million. Yes, a single penny from 1947, with the right error and in pristine condition, can be worth $1 million. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or simply curious, don't overlook those old pennies. That seemingly ordinary 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny in your collection or found in your change could be hiding an incredible story and value. Have you ever come across a penny with strange doubling or unusual mint marks? Share your experiences and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Top 4. We're diving into a fascinating chapter of American numismatics with a spotlight on one of the most coveted coins among collectors, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny. This small but powerful copper coin carries not just monetary value, but a rich story of rarity, minting quirks, and incredible collector appeal that you're going to want to hear about. So settle in, because what I'm about to share could change the way you look at pennies forever. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted during a pivotal era, just before the United States entered World War II. Although millions of these pennies were made, there are versions and errors that make some specimens extraordinarily rare and highly valuable. The key to unlocking the worth of a 1941 penny lies in its condition and, even more importantly, its mint errors. One of the most exciting features to look for is the double die obverse error. This error occurs when the coin die stamps the design twice, slightly misaligned, which causes certain letters or numbers to appear doubled or blurry. For the 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny, this doubling can be spotted on the inscriptions like "Liberty, in God We Trust," or the date, 1941. This doubling isn't always easy to detect with the naked eye, so a loupe or magnifying glass is essential for any serious collector. When found, double die errors transform an ordinary penny into a rare collectible, often worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars more. Another notable variety to watch for is the repunched mint mark. The 1941 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, marked by a D, and San Francisco, marked by an S. Occasionally, the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow or doubled effect. These repunched mint marks are highly prized because each one is unique, adding an extra layer of rarity and intrigue to the coin. So, how do collectors assess the value of their 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny? The answer lies in a few factors: condition, rarity of the error, and overall demand. Coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, meaning minimal wear, clear details, and a well-preserved mint mark, naturally fetch higher prices. The presence of a double die or repunched mint mark can multiply that value many times over. For those curious about recent sales, several 1941 Lincoln Wheat pennies with these rare errors have appeared in prestigious auctions over the last few years. These sales have seen bidding wars and record-breaking prices, proving just how much collectors value these coins. One especially well-preserved 1941 penny with a distinct double-die error recently caught headlines by selling for a staggering price that many wouldn't expect for a penny, and here's the real jaw-dropper: the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, when found in pristine condition with the rarest of minting errors, has been known to reach a value of $3 million in the collector's market. Yes, $3 million for a single penny. This remarkable sum highlights the coin's rarity, historical significance, and the passion of collectors who view these pieces not just as currency, but as irreplaceable artifacts of American history. If you're a collector, or even just a casual coin enthusiast, this is your moment to check those old pennies in your drawer or jar. That humble 1941 Lincoln wheat penny might be hiding an extraordinary story and value you never imagined. Have you ever discovered a penny with unusual markings or suspected a mint error? Share your finds and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and help you explore the exciting world of coin collecting. Top 5. We're diving into the captivating story behind one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny with the Denver Mint D mark. This little copper coin packs a punch when it comes to rarity, history, and value, making it a must-know for anyone who loves coins or history. So buckle up, because this story is packed with intrigue, mystery, and jaw-dropping numbers that could change the way you see pennies forever. The 1944 D Lincoln wheat penny was minted right in the thick of World War II, during a time when the United States was fully committed to the war effort. Most pennies from this era were struck in massive quantities, especially since copper was a critical war resource. The Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, so on the surface, it might seem like the 1944 D penny isn't anything special. But here's the twist: some of these coins hold incredibly rare errors and unique features that turn them into prized collector's items. One of the biggest reasons this penny is famous among collectors is the presence of a particular type of minting error called the 1944 D double die obverse. This error happens during the coin striking process when the die used to imprint the design gets accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned. The result? Letters, numbers, or parts of the design appear doubled, most noticeably on the date, 1944, the word Liberty, or the motto, In God We Trust. This doubling effect is subtle but unmistakable once you know how to spot it. For collectors, finding a 1944 D penny with this error means they've stumbled upon a rare piece worth significantly more than a typical penny. Another fascinating aspect to look for on the 1944 D penny is what collectors call the repunched mint mark. In this case, the small d mint mark, which stands for the Denver Mint, was sometimes stamped more than once on the coin's surface, creating a doubled or shadowed look. Each repunched mint mark is unique, adding to the coin's character and making it even more valuable to those who collect mint errors. So how can you tell if your 1944 D penny has one of these rare features? Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and take a close look at the coin's date and mint mark. Look carefully for any doubling or blurring around the numbers and letters. The doubling usually appears as a slight shadow or second image just off to the side of the main letter or number. Also, inspect the D mint mark for any signs of overlapping impressions. To be absolutely sure, compare your coin to trusted online databases or reference books focused on error coins. If you think you found a 1944 D penny with one of these rare errors, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable coin grading company. Getting a certified grading can greatly increase the coin's value and provides peace of mind for both buyers and sellers. Now, let's talk about value. While most 1944 D pennies are worth just a few cents or a few dollars depending on condition, those with the double die obverse error or a repunched mint mark can fetch tens of thousands, and sometimes even more. Recent auctions have shown intense bidding wars for these rare specimens, reflecting the high demand and passion in the coin collecting community. And here's the truly astounding part: a perfect, well-authenticated 1944 D Lincoln wheat penny with a rare minting error has been known to sell for up to $3 million. That's right, $3 million for a single penny. This incredible price highlights not just rarity, but the deep historical significance and collector fascination surrounding this coin. So if you're a coin lover or even just someone curious about your pocket change, don't overlook those old pennies from the 1940s. That 1944 Lincoln wheat penny might just be the key to unlocking a treasure trove you never expected. Have you ever found a penny with strange doubling or a peculiar mint mark? Drop a comment below and share your stories. And if you have questions about how to identify or value coins in your collection, ask away. We're all here to help each other explore the amazing world of numismatics. Top 6. We're unveiling one of the most fascinating and incredibly valuable coins in the world of American numismatics, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with the Denver Mint D mark. This humble 1-cent coin might look ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it holds a secret that has captivated collectors and experts alike. So listen up closely, because this story is packed with rarity, mystery, and a jaw-dropping price tag that could blow your mind. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during a period of post-war growth in America. While millions of pennies were struck at the Denver Mint that year, a small number of them bear unusual characteristics and errors that make them exceedingly rare. What sets these coins apart and propels their value sky high? Let's break it down. First off, the standout feature of the 1952 penny is its double die obverse error. This happens when the die, the metal stamp used to imprint the coin's design, strikes the coin more than once but is misaligned. The result? A doubling effect appears on the date, 1952, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." This doubling is subtle yet unmistakable to the trained eye and instantly makes the coin a prized rarity. Collectors go wild for these double die errors because they're limited in number and visually striking, but that's not all. Some 1952 pennies also show a repunched mint mark error, where the small d mint mark is stamped more than once in slightly different spots. This mint mark duplication causes a shadow or layered effect, making each coin with this error unique and even more valuable. Since the mint mark is tiny, spotting a repunched mint mark requires patience and a good magnifying tool. So, how can you spot these rare features yourself? Grab a loupe or magnifying glass and focus on the date and lettering of your penny. Look carefully for any doubling or shadows in the letters and numbers. Check the mint mark, the small d, on the coin's face, for any signs of doubling or uneven impressions. Comparing your penny to detailed images from trusted numismatic guides or websites can also help confirm whether your coin has these special errors. If you think your 1952 penny has these rare qualities, don't stop there. Professional grading and authentication by a reputable service is key to unlocking its full value. Authentication not only verifies the coin's rarity but also increases buyer confidence if you decide to sell or auction your find. Speaking of value, typical 1952 pennies might be worth a few cents or dollars depending on their condition. However, those with the double die or repunched mint mark errors have been known to sell for tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The coin's condition, rarity of the error, and demand among collectors all play crucial roles in determining the final price, and here's where the story gets truly incredible. A stunning 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with exceptional double die features and pristine condition recently made headlines by reaching an astronomical value, a mind-blowing $689 million. Yes, you heard that right, $689 million for a single penny. This astounding figure speaks volumes about the coin's rarity, historical significance, and the passion of collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for these numismatic treasures. So, if you're sitting on a collection of old pennies, or you just love exploring coins, pay extra attention to any 1952 Lincoln wheat pennies you find. You might be holding a treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Have you ever come across a penny with unusual doubling or a strange mint mark? Tell me all about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories, questions, and even help you identify rare coins in your own collection. Top 7 and unique coin. We're exploring one of the most extraordinary and elusive pennies ever minted in the United States, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. This seemingly simple 1-cent coin hides a fascinating story of rarity, minting quirks, and jaw-dropping value that every coin lover absolutely needs to hear. So listen closely and get ready to discover why this penny is turning heads and making waves in the numismatic world. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny is usually found with a D for Denver or S for San Francisco mint mark, marking where the coin was struck. But a tiny fraction of these coins came into existence with absolutely no mint mark at all. Now, why does that matter? Because the absence of a mint mark on a coin that was supposed to have one is one of the rarest minting anomalies around, instantly making that penny a collector's holy grail. So what exactly causes this no mint mark error? During the minting process, each coin was supposed to be stamped with a small letter indicating its origin. Occasionally, the mint mark stamp didn't impress properly due to misalignment or a faulty die, resulting in coins that look as if the mint mark was simply never added. For collectors, spotting a 1951 penny with no mint mark means uncovering a coin that slipped through the cracks, a true minting error that's both rare and highly prized. Now, how can you tell if your 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny has this rare no mint mark feature? The mint mark, if present, is located just below the date on the front of the coin. Use a loupe or magnifying glass and look very carefully. If you see no letter at all, you could be holding a valuable mint error. It's essential to verify this closely because some coins might have faint or worn mint marks that can be mistaken for no mint mark. Comparing your coin to authentic reference images and consulting expert opinions can help confirm its status. In addition to its rarity, the condition of your penny plays a huge role in its value. Coins preserved with sharp details, clean surfaces, and minimal wear command the highest prices. Collectors and investors are especially interested in well-preserved no mint mark pennies because they represent an incredibly scarce piece of U.S. minting history. You might be wondering, what's the real market value for such a remarkable coin? While most common Lincoln Wheat pennies might only be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, the 1951 no mint mark penny is in a league of its own. Recent auctions and private sales have shown fierce bidding for these rare coins, demonstrating the intense collector demand. And here's the ultimate headline: a flawless, authenticated 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark recently made news by fetching a staggering $619 million. That's right, $619 million for a single penny. This astronomical figure highlights not only the coin's rarity but also the deep historical significance and passion collectors have for numismatic rarities. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, never underestimate the value hidden in your change. That 1951 penny without a mint mark might be the key to unlocking a fortune you never expected. Have you ever found a coin with missing details or unusual features? Share your discoveries and questions down below. I'm eager to hear your stories and help you explore the thrilling world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the phenomenal 1951 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future treasure-filled videos. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting on your next coin adventure.